Greetings and welcome to Matrix Revealed presentation 39. We're going to play detective now because there has been one almighty crime committed against nature. Like every crime, all you have to do is look for the motive, and it is shown musically in scales in Wagner's brilliant ring cycle, in what are known as leitmotifs. They are musical descriptions of a character, an emotion, an action or an object. So the first one is the Genesis or nature. You'll notice how it rises because we're starting in the bass clef. It also has an arc over the whole phrase as well. This theme then develops to represent the river Rhine with its faster flowing build-up as a crescendo from that nature theme, because the Rhine is still of nature. Now, in the Rhine, good things always come in threes. You have the Rhine maidens, and this is their theme. Now, also who stumbles into the scene is a dwarf from the underworld called Alberich, who is quite a central character to this storyline. This is a fusion of all the German myths together. So this is Alberich. And that is the motive of woe or grief, because the Rhine maidens tease Alberich because he is so ugly, and then they foolishly tell him about the gold, which is a symbol of beauty and a symbol of nature, and it is represented by this one. The Rhine maidens celebrate the gold as Rhine gold. Then moving on, the Renunciation of Love by Alberich. And again, renunciation. Now we move on. This is the ring. Valhalla, the home of the gods. Tartarian structures, you could say. And the final segment. Now you'll notice that end statement in that musical theme for Valhalla as a da-da. It's Wotan the ruler of the gods. That's his authority. And his power is held symbolically in the spear, which is a downward thrusting action, just like a spear, and it is shown in the musical score as such. Now, to pay for Valhalla to be built by giants, he promises the goddess of love to the giants. This is Freya. And Freya as love. Right. And it's a very silly trade, really, because Freya maintains the apples that give the gods their everlasting life. But the giants demand payment for the building of Valhalla. Now, musically, their walking is depicted very well, I think, by Wagner. You can almost picture them stumbling along, two brothers, Fasolt and Fafnir. Now we go to the underworld, we go to Nibelheim. This is the motive for Nibelheim, the underworld. Now you'll notice in that the hammering sound. Alberich has enslaved all the other dwarves in the underworld to mine for gold and build up his wealth and power. He also has a thing fashioned from the gold called a Tarnhelm, by which you can change yourself into any shape. This is the theme for the Tarnhelm. It's a very quiet one. And with the invisibility, he can inflict servitude on the other dwarfs, and he can also demonstrate the power of the ring. Notice there how the Rhine gold theme has been inverted and turned into a sorrowful theme away from its true natural interpretation. And also the mind gold, the treasure. Again, very industrious, and arrogance of the gods and of Alberich. The theme of the dragon. Fafnir, the surviving brother who murders his own brother for the ring. This is his theme as a dragon. You'll notice it's very similar. It's actually a very slowed down version of the motive of the giants, because obviously the dragon is Fafnir. Once he's morphed into the dragon, he just hoards this gold, doesn't actually do anything with it, and guards it in front of a cave. Now, another theme that comes out a lot in this struggle for power is one of hate. Now Alberich on that vocal line is saying, so I'm free, I'm really free, after he is tricked by the gods to take possession of all this gold. And of course he puts a curse on the gold that anybody who sees it will want it, anybody who's got it will meet death with it. And this is the curse theme. It has a certain inevitability about that curse sound. Now stirring below is Erda, Mother Earth, who warns the gods of their downfall. This is Erda's theme. Rising theme, because she's coming out from below. Erda, Mother Earth. And she warns of the Gotterdammerung, the twilight of the gods. Notice it was a very a falling theme, very much descending, because it is all about the fall of the gods. So we just go on. Let's pick a nice one for a change. This is the motive representing love. And the ride of the Valkyries, the maidens that take the fallen back to Valhalla in an insane idea that they're going to change fate. Wotan's frustration because he's not getting his own way. And his anger. But you can't change fate. You notice there the what are they, semibreves, they're circles. It's also, you can almost see a caduceus in this as well. Threes in the sharps, it's in common time. So I think that'll do, gives you an idea of this synopsis, this fusion of all the German myths and what it is showing. It is resolved when the ring is returned back to nature and the gold is restored to what it should have been in nature, not used to wield power over other people and other things. So I'm just going to see if I can find a motive that will show this again. Bear with me a moment. Rhine Maiden's Delight. Here we are. And more Rhine maidens just to finish. You can also see the similarity to Tolkien's Lord of the Rings in this as well. Also shown more recently in the series of films, and you'll notice there's that eye, very much like a serpent, in that as well. One I did miss was the god of fire. There is duality to this, because you have Loga, god of fire, who's not a bad character. He's actually quite mischievous, and he represents magic fire. And he says at the end of the first evening, Das Rheingold, he says, they hasten to their doom. I'll sit and watch what happens here. He is an aspect of Wotan as well, as all the gods are. This is a very allegorical story, but it is a long-lasting story, since it was completed in I think it was 1875. It took 25 years with a 13-year gap to actually write this epic 4-evening cycle, showing all these myths. But the basic story, the basic truth in it is about the theft of gold from something that is a symbol of beauty that everything in nature can enjoy, and renouncing love and turning it into something that is corruptive. And this, over these 4 evenings, it goes through all sorts of plots and twists until that gold is restored back to earth. And Erda was right when she said, this will be the downfall of the gods, the fallen. And we have been fallen. We are the gods. All we need to do is take back our power. It is all within. I can't stress this enough. Use your force. Trust in source. It is within each and every one of you. This is just a musical way, one of many, many ways of showing this same story in a slightly different way. We just need to realize with real eyes and hear with real ears, and listen and speak from and with the heart, which is an anagram of earth. Ta-ta for now.